Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So, in the latest story of The Flash, we have seen Snart, who is Central City's most cunning thief, had last time, meaning in episode 4, stolen a special kind of gun from Star Labs which freezes things when shot, and had fled with it. Snart also has a partner whom we are going to see in today's episode, so let's start the new story, episode 10.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. When I was a child, I saw my mother killed by something impossible. My father went to prison for her murder. Then an accident made me the impossible. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist. But secretly, with the help of my friends at Star Labs, I fight crime and find other metahumans like me. And one day I will find who killed my mother and get justice for my father. I am the Flash.
In which at the very beginning we see Barry trying everything possible to increase his speed so that Barry can confront his mother's murderer, meaning he can face the man in the yellow suit who is much faster than Barry. And now we see a garage whose door Snart freezes and breaks in, and this garage houses the city's most expensive cars. But this time Snart isn't stealing cars with his partner, but rather has returned to Central City to catch the Flash, and he deliberately triggers the garage's security alarm, but it doesn't go as planned. Instead of the Flash, police cars arrive there. Hearing the sirens, Snart and his partner flee. Meanwhile, Detective Joe, Eddie, and Barry arrive for the investigation. Then Barry realizes from the broken door pieces that this door has been freshly broken, meaning Snart has returned and not a single thing in the garage is missing, confirming Barry and Detective Joe's suspicion that Snart was setting a trap for the Flash. And now we return to Snart, who is discussing tonight's heist with his partner, which involves a 125 million painting being brought to Central City tonight by a couple from Paris. Now we are shown in Star Labs, where Barry informs his team about Snart's intentions. Dr. Harrison convinces Barry that instead of getting involved in these trifles, he should focus on training to increase his speed. And regarding catching Snart, Dr. Harrison Wells and Cisco will assist Central City's police. Barry agrees to Dr. Harrison's advice. Meanwhile, at the police station, Eddie and Iris are seen talking. Iris expresses her excitement about moving into a new flat with Eddie in just 3 days. Barry tells Joe that from now on, he will only focus on his lab work and will not engage in helping others as the Flash because he doesn't have enough time. He intends to solely concentrate on his training, a decision that doesn't sit well with Detective Joe, who tries to remind Barry that helping people is also part of his job, but Barry doesn't heed Joe's advice and leaves. Following this, we see Detective Joe at his home, where Iris is packing, preparing to move to her new flat with Eddie after 3 days. This leads to an awkward exchange between Barry and Iris, prompting Joe to question Barry, to which Barry admits he has disclosed his feelings to Iris, causing them to now face an awkward situation on how to act around each other. At the police station, Cisco gives the department's officers a gun capable of freezing people for their protection. But there are still some in the department who doubt Star Labs, or rather Dr. Harrison. The reason being an explosion at Star Labs a year ago. Detective Joe confronts Dr. Harrison, arguing that encouraging Barry to refrain from helping people is wrong. He shouldn't push Barry towards a selfish path focused solely on avenging his mother's murderer. Barry has always wanted to help others, a quality that sets him apart. Dr. Harrison goes away upon hearing this. Meanwhile, Caitlin continues to search for information related to Ronnie, with Barry's assistance, leading her to discover an article by Jason Rush on cellular regeneration experiments, which makes her suspect Ronnie might be involved in Rush's experiments. Caitlin decides to meet Rush. Concurrently, at the airport, Snart and his partner attack the couple from Paris carrying the expensive painting, alerting Detective Joe, Eddie, and their team, who were prepared with Cisco's shield technology. The confrontation leads to multiple injuries among the police officers due to Snart's partner's gun, which emits fire, forcing Snart and his partner to flee with the painting. Witnessing his colleagues' condition, Barry apologizes to Joe and promises to prioritize helping people from now on. Snart expresses disappointment over the Flash's absence, but vows not to give up, seeing the Flash as a major obstacle in their plans. Meanwhile, Caitlin meets Roues and learns about Firestorm, a company engaged in extracting energy from within matter, led by Professor Martin Stein, who disappears disappeared mysteriously one day, leading to an army raid on his lab the following day. Just as Caitlin plans her return, Snart and his partner kidnap her. Back at Star Labs, Barry and Dr. Harrison discuss the guns in Snart's possession, one with extremely high temperature and the other with extremely low, suggesting that clashing these temperatures might stop Snart and his partner. Barry receives a call from Detective Joe and rushes to the scene of Caitlin's abduction, where no sign of her is found, leading them back to the police station, where Eddie discovers another footprint, identifying Snart's partner as Mick Rory, a known arsonist. Snart then broadcasts a challenge to Flash, demanding a showdown on Modern Street to prove Flash's existence to the world. Barry, ready to face the world as the Flash for Caitlin's sake, is encouraged by Detective Joe to take a stand. The showdown results in Flash attempting to neutralize the threats from both the cold and hot guns, struggling under their onslaught until he concentrates both energies upon himself, cleverly turning them against each other, leading to Snart and his partner's defeat. Caitlin is rescued by Detective Joe and Cisco, and back at the police station, Captain Singh thanks Cisco for his assistance, acknowledging the Flash's heroics. This appreciation makes Barry feel validated, and despite Iris's move with Eddie, Barry decides to stay with Joe. The episode closes with Snart and his partner being transported to jail, only to be intercepted by another of Snart's partners, ending on a cliffhanger. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see the next part of this. Thanks for watching.